after I accepted my calling was that I started having dreams. And I had always had dreams and visions that were premonition type things. They were warnings about family or my community or some relationship or whatever. But in this particular case, excuse me, in this particular case, what happened was these dreams were much more global. They were dreams about Jesus' life. They were dreams about modern problems. And I have written stories most of my life, and I've had some minor little publications that have gone out, poetry and short stories, that sort of thing. But I had never been inspired to write anything more important than that, I believe, would be the way to look at it. But when I had these dreams, I knew they were from God. And I wrote them down as close to what I was experiencing in these dreams as I could. When I had 4 or 5 of them, I thought, there's sort of a theme here. When I got to 15, I thought, there's sort of a trend here. When I got to 20, I thought, this is the makings of a book. When I got to 50, I threw up my hands, I took all my savings out, and I published the book. The book is called Awakenings in an Age of Angels by Angel Eliza, and it's available in quite a few places now, online as well as in bookstores in the United States. They can be ordered online in a print format as well as in an e-format. The publisher that I chose only does print on demand, so there aren't 100 trees all lying dead somewhere making up these books and being stored away in a warehouse. They are printed as they are asked for, which I like the idea of. Being stewards of the earth has always been a major component of the Church of Thomas. When this book was finished, I put the Reconciler Gospel of Thomas into it, because one of the things that I had been told was that just because I was the one who figured out what was in the Reconciler Gospel of Thomas did not mean that it was mine. It was mine to give. It was mine to find people to read it. So I have been giving it for free. It is on the tripod.com site that is the church public site. It is, you can print it out if you'd like to study it in your home. I know sometimes it's kind of a pain to sit in front of a computer and scrutinize something. A lot easier if you curl up on the sofa with a blankie on you and start reading. Easier to write in the margins as well. Because I recognize that there is a monetary problem in many households, I offer the book, all of the stories, in a rotation that takes approximately a year, and it is listed 2 chapters at a time on the tripod site. So every month I change out the chapters. 2 of them go in and 2 of them come out. On the tripod site there is also a variety of background of the church, some of our thinking on things, how we see Jesus, how we see God, how we see men and women, how we see angels. There's a questionnaire on the tripod site that is based on experiences that I have had, and it's called, Are You a Next Generation Angel? Now, what's interesting about this questionnaire is that if you fill it out and send it to me, I'll send you my answers as well. But it can be an indication of if you have chosen to come here to work for God. We believe that God doesn't continually produce souls. There are are some new ones, I suppose, that are made at any given point. I have no idea how many. But I know that there are many people who have been here multiple times, or many, many, many times, and each time they come, they have learned something new. It's a voluntary thing. Each soul comes back as they're needed, in places that they're needed. And there are people whose souls have chosen to come back to lives that God needs in pivotal locations, in pivotal times and crisis situations, and they're often very unpleasant. The people who have done this for multiple lifetimes are developing a closeness with God that cannot be rivaled by the average individual. Their sense of self-sacrifice and devotion to God are unrivaled. And they're often unsung heroes. They are the ones who go into a burning building, drag out 15 members of the family, and then disappear before the news crew shows up. These are next generation angels. At some point, the angels that have been visiting Earth and living here will quit coming. At that point, next generation's angels will be the ones that God calls on to do the things that the angels have done in the past. And again, that isn't lives that you would go, wow, really want to do that one. Sounds like fun. They're not fun lives. But they're crucial. They're important. They teach people. They garner support for God. And they demonstrate Jesus's traditions and teachings in themselves. They're in every walk of life, in every socioeconomic background, and they're important to the world. If you're a next generation angel and you need some support, the Church of Thomas can help you. There are many things that have to do with dreams and visions that can be kind of complicated, and if you would like to have a sounding board, feel free to contact me.